Story 1. I think I have a ghost in my house. Not sure what to do, help. Backstory. My house was built in 1920. To my knowledge, the same family owned it until 2019 when it was renovated and sold to the people we are renting from. So I think it was a multi-generational house. It's your typical old Midwestern farmhouse. I have never felt threatened, but since we moved in a few years ago, I felt some kind of a presence. Initially, it seemed like it was in the basement, and my sister-in-law said when she was painting down there, she played some old music to appease it, and I never had any issues other than the occasional object moving around, which I tried to blame on my cats. Now I'm pretty sure whatever it is living in our upstairs, which is essentially just an attic with a door. Earlier this year, I was up late on my phone and had that eerie feeling you get when someone is watching you. I looked up out my bedroom, which the attic door is directly to the left of, and saw a large whitish gray blue outline of a figure. It was very tall, but I couldn't make out like any features, just seemed like an aura of a presence. I couldn't move or talk. It seemed like I startled it just as much as it startled me, and then it was gone, and I immediately was able to wake my husband up. All this time, I'm not sure that he believed me until he just had the same experience a few days ago. Same exact figure thing, in the same doorway, right by the entrance to our attic. Another thing, we have two cats who are very curious and get into everything, but refuse to go in the attic. The door has been opened before, and they will sit at the base of the stairs but not go up. Now, if our basement door is open, they run down there. So kind of weird, right? They also will sit outside the attic door and stare at nothing. And lately, one of them has been pooping right outside the door, out of the blue. Last night, I was watching a movie and my TV completely froze and started making a loud beeping noise I've never heard before. The only way I could get it to stop was unplug it from the wall. This is a pretty new TV, and that's never happened before. The other weird thing I've noticed is we seem to have a lot of animals die right at the end of our driveway, in the exact same spot every time. We do live on a busy road, but it's so weird they always are in the exact same spot. I've done my best to avoid and not talk about it. It seems like the more we talk about it, the more strange things happen and more animals are dead outside. But until recently, I have not felt scared. Just like, okay, something else is here, but it's not bothering me. My husband, though, is freaked out and said it felt scary when he saw it. I'm not sure what to do. I don't want to burn sage or talk to it, whatever it is. I don't want to make it worse or invite something into my home. Just wondering if anyone has any similar experiences and any advice on what I should or shouldn't do. Thanks in advance.
Story 2. My ongoing encounters with a ghost I met when I was in the 7th grade. Personal encounter. I just want to start this out by saying, yes, I've gone to the psychics, bless the house, and none of the things I've tried have gotten this spiritual attachment to break. The man in the mirror has been attached to my soul for the last 8 to 9 years. It started at 2. Here I am. My family was living at my grandparents' house due to us moving to another house and being in between the process. I stayed in an upstairs bedroom that was next to my grandparents' bedroom. In the room, there was a mirror beside the bed, nailed into the wall. I remember I was watching a movie before I went to bed, and I just felt like something was off. I had a camping lantern next to me because I was so afraid of the dark in the house. Then, sooner than I knew, there was a handprint, larger than any handprint I've seen in the house. It couldn't have been anyone else's hand on the mirror because I saw it place itself on the glass. I stood back, frightened, wondering what just happened. Then I did something I should have never even thought about. I spoke to the mirror. Is anyone there? If so, please make a Y on the mirror, so I know. Or write in for no. It spoke back to me with a Y and a drawing on the mirror. The minute I turned away because my grandpa got up to go to the bathroom across the hall, I saw his face. It was a Native American man with a feather crown on his head and beads going down his shoulders. This is the man that has been haunting me since. We called him King because I didn't know what else to call him. He will play with my lights and write my name on mirrors when I'm in a bathroom by myself or home alone. That's when I figured out from research that my grandparents' house was built on top of a Native American burial site that was used for the Shoshone tribe. Last night, I saw him again in the mirror of my bedroom, looking at me, gazing into my soul with his piercing, almost black irises. My husband was asleep, and I turned the mirror around because I was afraid of him. That's when my chest became heavy, like someone was pushing down on it. I couldn't breathe. My husband woke up and pulled me away from it, but I was so afraid. So scared that this haunting has turned for the worst. Please give me some knowledge on what to do, how to sever the bond that I mistakenly made with a man that no longer roams the mortal plane. Story 3. Can you read this and give your honest opinion what happened? Hello, my name is San and am 18 years old. I joined this server because I wanted to find an answer for something that happened in my past. So when I was around 10 younger or older, I don't remember, I was on vacation with my dad. Important to the story is that I broke contact with my dad when I was 14 because he did something unspeakable. So to ask him is simply out of the question. We were on vacay in Germany, where I can't remember. We were camping near a waterfall, and we decided to visit the waterfall. After visiting, we wanted to drink coffee somewhere, and we walked into the nearest cafe. Important that it really was a cafe, because it had a sign where we walked in. When you entered the cafe, you needed to walk the hall. It ended in a room full of dolls, like to the ceiling all different kinds of dolls. There was a small bar that was from like the 70s, kind of cafeteria bar. There was no personal or anyone at all. No benches, no seating places. Just those dolls and a bar. We walked off the racks of dolls and everything. When my dad said in an angsty tone, we needed to go. My feeling was also scared. This was such a weird place. So we left. My dad was really in a hurry to leave. When we walked out of the hallway from where we came, we saw two men. They were dressed in these old butler and cook outfits that you see in movies or a long time ago. What I find looking back is that it is weird that my dad was scared. This man is the most vulgar, negative, narcissistic man you will ever meet. I have never ever seen him scared. And that he left almost running is so weird to me. He is not a small man. This happened a long time ago, and even at that time I found it strange. But looking back when I'm older, it makes me wonder what that was. When I was around 12, I tried to look this cafe up, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm posting this in this group because I have no idea what this could be. Maybe someone has answers or could point me into the right director where I should look. Thank you for reading, and I hope maybe someone can help me. San.